What's going on, everybody? Rogue here, coming at you with episode 29 of Death Note. Last episode, we get to see the trade between Chief Yagami and Mello's gang of the Notebook and Sayu. And try as they might, Light and Nier got outsmarted. They thought they would keep track of where that base was or where the helicopter was going, and then they could intercept them somehow and get that Notebook back. But nope. There was a missile with, I guess, the Notebook on board, and it launched God knows where, and they couldn't keep radar surveillance on it, and they were tracking the helicopter, but the helicopter actually exploded because Mello's a crazy fucking bastard, and so, yeah, they got nothing. They have no idea where this fucking rocket is, or where the Death Note is, so that's fucked. Once Mello got his hands on the Notebook, he actually killed off most of Nier's team, because Mello and Nier are in competition with one another to see which one of them can catch Kira first. Because I guess they're still vying for the title of L, or something along those lines. We got to see the defeated Light and the defeated Chief Yagami last episode. The Chief probably feels like shit because he chose being a parent over being an investigator, and he chose to give the Notebook to these gang members in exchange for his daughter's life. Which I feel like anyone would do, but I still think he's like beating himself up over it. He certainly wasn't talkative last episode. And I feel like Light just couldn't hang. Mello got the best of him. Light's new to the United States, and so he's not in a position to call shots. So he's just got that little gang to work with, and it just wasn't enough to mitigate the situation. He was kind of taking his anger out on Misa last episode, and he was actually debating on whether or not he should kill Sayu, but he decided against it. Not because that's his sister, but he decided against it because it would prove with conclusive evidence that Kira is getting information from the police, and that would not be good. Although I feel like if Light killed his own sister, then maybe people wouldn't immediately suspect him as being Kira. But it seems that everyone thinks Kira is a monster, and so I don't know how long that would hold up as being his defense. And at the end of the episode, we saw that there was a new Shinigami coming to the human world, and so I'm very interested to see what that guy does and who he goes to. But anyways, let's just get right into it. 3, 2, 1. My water is gone.
I think we should do this every day. The sun will do you good.
Sayu is traumatized.
What in the world am I supposed to do now?
He probably doesn't feel like he can go back to being an officer.
Hi, Ryuk.
Oh shit! He appeared quick as balls.
Sidho, what are you doing here? Quit following me.
How did he find Ryuk so fast?
Damn, I have no idea where it is.
So it's the Notebook that Mello has, then.
Whammy's house isn't exactly a normal orphanage. Its real purpose is to groom these kids so that one of them could become the next L.
Oh. That makes sense why they were competing then.
L is this kid named Nier.
Nier. Is that N? L successors. It looks like I'm still fighting L after all this time.
I love it.
I already had Misa check a list of known mafia syndicates using her Shinigami eyes.
Look, I found him! I can't see his lifespan. He's number 105. He's got the notebooks.
After that, it was a simple matter of using the Death Note to make
Nice.
send a letter to me with the location of the gang's hideout.
Oh,
Great news! The letter
damn!
arrived!
Ooh, those are tight!
In LA, as long as I have the notebook and Misa's eyes, I'm unstoppable.
I love it!
I guess this means I was helpful to you again, doesn't it?
It's time to fuck. Bro, this is not the time. Oh shit. Did he just see the address?
The next step is for me to figure out just how much I can control people with this thing.
Oh, they're gonna have to be able to see me before I can even talk to them. Oh well. Tag, you're it.
The notebook just flew.
Why can't they see him?
Boss, who is this? The guy in the freaky costume, who the hell is he? Who brought him here?
Doesn't Light own this notebook?
He says you can see him if you touch the notebook. Please, everyone touch it. I swear I'm not crazy.
Touch the notebook.
I don't understand.
Should I kill it?
Should I kill it? Why is it working now?
Nice try.
Why can they touch it and see him now? This is fucking not good for
I'm
Light.
going to forfeit ownership of this notebook. All I ask is that you agree to follow whichever person I give it to.
What? You're giving up ownership again?
But wait, won't you lose all your memories if you do that?
Misa, lend me your notebook. I'll keep it on me like this.
I don't get why you're doing this.
I'll explain everything to you right now. I won't forgive any mistakes.
What? Did that happen in the past, or did that happen right now?
Hey, what about that stuff you told us? Is it true? Are you saying those 2 rules are made up?
Oh yeah, those rules are definitely fake. My guess
Oh,
is some Shinigami wrote this
fuck.
down as a joke before giving the notebook to a human.
The real question is, was this the notebook that was used by Kira? And if so, was he aware that these 2 rules were false? If he did know, he could have used these rules to his advantage. In particular, the 13-day rule would have allowed him to prove his innocence in only 13 days.
Yo, Light, you're in trouble, dude.
Yagami speaking.
This is Kira. I understand the notebook that was in your possession has fallen into criminal hands.
Is this Misa?
I've sent you something that will clearly prove to you that I am Kira. It's my own notebook. The notebook I've sent you gives me the power to know a person's name by seeing only their face, and you will be able to gain that same power. Do you understand? On November 10th, at exactly 11:59 p.m., arrangements have been made so that all known associates of the Mafia will die. It's already been written in my notebook, so it's impossible for me to make any changes. That moment is your best and only chance to get the notebook back. It's up to you.
Light, what the fuck are you doing, man?
I don't like the idea of following Kira's plan, but it's our best option.
Exactly.
We get the Shinigami to follow us in, and then we do the deal for the eyes and make sure they're all dead, right?
I will make the deal for the eyes.
No, Ichi!
No.
Let me be the one to do it!
I was responsible for handing over the notebook in the first place. Since that moment, I've been unable to live with what I've done. I've even thought of killing myself. I'll use the notebook to kill any criminals who try to stop us. And then, after 13 days, I'll die as well.
If Dad writes a name in the notebook, then when the time comes...
He's gonna kill his own dad! Oh my fucking god, man. Light,
Deputy
what
Director?
the fuck, man?
Make the eye deal.
All right, Ryuk, I'm ready.
I want you to take a look at the photographs of the criminals I gave you. Can you see their names and lifespans?
Yes, I can.
Their names should disappear soon. That's your cue.
You know an awful lot about this Death Note, Light, and how that fucking works.
Everyone, move in!
Yo! Siege, man! This is fucking crazy.
So, Kira is involved after all. I didn't think he'd go this far.
Damn! What the hell is Shido doing?
Relax, Sido. Just shut up and watch, alright? All you have to do is sit here and do nothing.
This is what you fucking deserve, Mello, for doing this to Nier's guys.
The notebook's under Rod's body. Bring it to the surveillance room upstairs. Don't move!
Oh shit.
L, we've apprehended 2 of the criminals. We've also
L.
been able to secure the notebook.
We'll begin withdrawing now.
Not yet. Keep going.
What?
We still haven't found anyone who resembles our picture of Mello. We've come this far. Let's finish this.
Oh, fuck.
An explosion!
The next explosion will take out the entire building, as well as all your men inside. So you better do as I say.
Light, what the fuck did you do, man?
Your real name, it's Mikhail Kale.
What the hell? How did he...
I did it.
He doesn't know about the ideal.
It's time to turn yourself in. If you give up, I won't kill you. You have my word on that.
What are you doing? Don't be stupid. Write his name down and kill him now!
Oh no.
Yagami...
Don't move! I've written your first name, and it will only take me a second to write your surname.
You idiot! Just write it! Kill him!
I'm truly sorry. For what it's worth, I give you
Fucking
my word
kill
that I
him.
never wanted to kill you.
On the body armor. On the body armor.
Jose, the notebook!
Damn! This guy, he won't let go of the thing!
Deputy Director!
Fucking shoot this kid, man.
It's all
Oh my god, is everyone fucking dead? Dude!
L, I don't see any sign of Mello.
Damn it. After all that, he got away? That's why
How?
I just killed him.
Oh no. You kept the notebook at least.
Please, Dad. You can't die on me like this.
The light.
Yeah, Dad?
I still have the Shinigami eyes. According to that Shinigami, Ryuk, I can't see the lifespan of someone who owns a notebook, but I can see the numbers above your head. You really aren't Kira. I'm so glad.
Come on. You shouldn't talk so much, Dad. That's important, but I've got bigger things to deal with right now. I've got to get him to write Mello's name in the notebook. I can't just come out and say it's not too late. No, wait, maybe I can. It all depends on how I do it. No one will think it's
Man,
weird
this
if I get
hurts.
upset and panic.
Man, fuck you, Light.
Come on. Dad, write his name. You can't let him beat you like this. Write his name down. With your last bit of strength, do you want to die in vain?
You want your dad to be a murderer.
Dad, no.
Fuck, man.
Dad, wake up. Come on, damn it. Don't you die on me, you idiot. Dad!
Fuck, man. He was the realest motherfucker on this show, dude.
You're the Shinigami who came here to take back this notebook, aren't you? Yes. I'll give this one back to you.
And he's gone again just like that. You fucking...
Humans who use the notebook are cursed with fear, pain, and misery. Of course, Soichiro didn't use the notebook. He got to die believing that his son wasn't Kira. I guess that means he was happy.
Fuck! Man, what the fuck was that episode, dude? What's going on, everybody? That was episode 29 of Death Note. Fuck, that was an awful episode. It was really fucking good, but it was really fucking bad. I hated that Light just kept thinking of a way to get his dad to fucking write down Mello's name at the end. Light, you're making this really hard for me to fucking root for you. You're becoming a real fucking monster. Like a... Fuck. I can't. I've been pro-Light for this whole fucking series. I've been pro-Light this whole fucking series. And I was teetering when he was thinking about killing his own sister. But like last episode, he decided to not kill his sister. Not because it was his sister, but because he thought it would compromise him as being Kira. And then this episode, he made the decision that if his dad kills anyone in that fucking building with the Death Note, then he's gonna have to kill his own dad 13 days after that. And so, you're making it really, really fucking hard for me to root for you, man. That is some fucking stone cold shit right there. I understand as Kira, as this god of the new world, you have to try and make fucking sacrifices and shit. But, I don't know. I don't know what to fucking say, man. It's being really fucking hard for me to be pro-Light right now. Really, really fucking hard to be pro-Light. You came off as a huge fucking bitch this episode. Didn't like it at all. You had some good strategies, but you're coming off as a little fucking bitch right now, man. Anyways, let's get to the fucking episode breakdown. Fuck this episode, dude. Can't believe the fucking chief is dead, man. Fuck! So the episode started off with that new Shinigami pestering Ryuk for his notebook. And then Ryuk said he didn't have it anymore and that he had to go find whoever had it. And he's finding these people super fucking fast, this new Shinigami. He's like instantly found Ryuk. Instantly he fucking found the other guys. Like, that's why, how? There has to be some other connection. And I thought Light was the owner of that Death Note. But apparently he gave up ownership of that Death Note. And he took ownership of the Death Note Misa has? But then wouldn't that, like, get rid of Misa's eyes? I don't understand how this is working. Fucking shit, I just remembered that Light took Rem's Death Note. So he has two Death Notes Fuck me. God damn it. So I guess he forfeit ownership of the original Death Note that was in the custody of the police. And then he took ownership of Rem's Death Note, so he had his memories. And then in this episode, he forfeit ownership of Rem's Death Note and sent it to Chief Yagami. But then he made sure that Misa's Death Note was always touching him, so he retained his memories. And then Chief Yagami used Rem's Death Note to do the ideal. Wait, no. There's a trade-off that happened that I'm not keeping track of. Misa and Light must have traded ownerships of Death Notes. So Misa has Rem's Death Note and Light has Ryuk's Death Note because Ryuk went to Chief Yagami. And so Misa's notebook must be the one that Light took from Rem's dead body. Okay, it's starting to make more sense to me. It's starting to become more clear. Fuck, this is a clusterfuck, man. I really should have just binged all these episodes so I would remember all these fucking details. But no, it makes a lot more sense to me knowing that Light took Rem's Death Note after Rem died. So anyways, back to the fucking breakdown. Misa was looking at pictures of criminals and mafia members on the internet, and she managed to find someone who had a blurred out lifespan, I think it was. And so she knew that he was the owner of the Death Note, but I don't quite know how they got that address. I'm sure they mentioned it, but it just went over my head. And then that Shinigami managed to look over his shoulder as the paper was burning, and he saw that address and he went to fucking Mello. Which I don't understand that bit either. The Shinigami went there and Mello was holding the notebook, but he couldn't see the Shinigami. And then the Shinigami took the book and put it on the original owner of the Death Note's head. And then that guy could all of a sudden see the Shinigami? I don't, why is that a thing? Wouldn't they all be able to see the Shinigami because they touched the notebook? They had to retouch the notebook in order to see the Shinigami. Why? Let me know in the comments down below why that was a thing. But anyways, getting back to it. Misa played the role of Kira, and she called Chief Yagami and told him that all these mafia members were going to die at this time, and this was the address that they were going to be at. Kira also sent his notebook as proof that that was actually Kira, and Kira told him to make the ideal with the Shinigami to go into that complex and get that original notebook back. And I guess that the rest of the task force decided that that was a good plan, and so they went with that straight up. They all got into position to raid this fucking complex, and at the last minute before going in, Chief Yagami did the ideal with Ryuk, and Light knew an awful lot about how this ideal business worked. He went without a hitch, okay, Chief Yagami, make the ideal. And he did it, and then he was like, now look at the pictures, and you should see their names and lifespans above their heads. And the moment that they disappear is when you guys need to raid the building. How did you know that the lifespans would appear above pictures? You didn't even second guess any of this, which is super fucking suspicious. But anyways, everything went off without a hitch. Most of the people in that complex were getting heart attacks, and they ended up raiding the building, and they got a hold of the notebook, but then Light told them to keep fucking going, to end it, to get Mello in custody, or to kill Mello. Obviously, his intent was to kill Mello, but he should have known that they would have just tried to get him in custody. Chief Yagami managed to corner Mello, but Mello had this whole fucking explosive system rigged, but he didn't know that Chief Yagami had the eyes. He didn't even know about the ideal, and so Chief Yagami said his name, and he was fucking floored. He was who the fuck is this guy? What the fuck is this shit? But fucking Chief Yagami couldn't write down his motherfucking name because he didn't want to use that fucking Death Note. And I can't hate on him for that. But Light planned on him using the Death Note and he didn't use the Death Note. And bro, you should have known that your dad was against this shit. You should have fucking known. And then Chief Yagami got blasted in the back by an Uzi. Luckily, it was on his body armor. And when they tried to take the notebook away, he was still fucking clenching this notebook with the rest of the life that he had in his body. Chief Yagami, you are the real MVP here, man. And then Mello blew up the fucking building. And no one was injured, apparently. No one was injured. The only casualty was Chief Yagami, and I feel like that was due to the bullet impact on his back. I don't know, man. This whole episode was a fucking clusterfuck. It was emotional. It was fucked. God damn. And then we had that heart-wrenching scene at the end with fucking Chief Yagami on his deathbed. Quite literally on his fucking deathbed. One thing I want to bring up before I get into the deathbed talk is that Chief Yagami mentioned that he contemplated suicide, and the ideal is supposed to take half of your remaining lifespan. And so I think if he didn't do this ideal, he would have killed himself the next day. So regardless, like, we would have seen this death happen. It would have been fucking tragic. At least this way, he got to go out being an investigator, being on the task force, getting that notebook back, undoing the thing that he regretted so heavily. So Chief Yagami, you're a G. I fucking love you. You were hands down one of my favorite fucking characters in this show, and I will remember you with fond fucking memories. Anyways, back to it. We got that fucked up scene where while this dude was on his deathbed, Light is still thinking of ways to get his dad to write Mellow's name in the fucking notebook. And as he fucking proposed to his dad that, like, just write his fucking name down, do you want to die in vain? His fucking dad died. But before he died, he got to see his son's name and lifespan, and I guess Ryuk told them that if you own a Death Note, you can't see the person's lifespan. And so he got to see his son's lifespan above his head, and he got that confirmation, finally, that his son wasn't fucking Kira. Wasn't fucking Kira. God, that's... Light planned all of this. Light fucking planned all of this. I still got to see Light's genius, but unfortunately it was under the saddest fucking circumstances of the whole goddamn show. Like, this was fucked. Anyways, Mello got away. Mello knows that this investigation task force is fucking working with Kira. It's a shit show, man. The rest of this show is going to be fucking ridiculous. I'm really scared that they're gonna fucking catch Light or hone in on Light within the next couple of episodes. Like, I think there's only 7 episodes left or 9 episodes left of this series. And so they're really trying to make me, like, hate Light, and so they're kind of making me wish that Light would get caught at this point. So I'm really dreading all the other shit that Light is gonna do to fucking secure his position as Kira and to keep people from finding out that he's Kira. This was just a sad fucking episode, man. I don't think we even got to see any near this episode, so I don't know what the fuck he's doing. But anyways, that's all I got. If you guys like this reaction, or if you want to catch the rest of my Death Note reactions or Hunter x Hunter reactions, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and if you want to support me further, or if you want to check out these videos before they're dropped on YouTube, head over to my Patreon. The link is in the description down below, and become a patron. I would love you forever. I apologize for my low energy. I'm just super fucking bummed out that Chief Yagami is dead. This is just fucked. Anyways, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace!